It is as difficult to utter the word no as it is to hear, since it carries a negative connotation, and there's a long list of reasons for all of us to refrain from saying no. Do you regularly feel stressed, exhausted, and unhappy as a result of constantly putting other people's needs ahead of your own? Then the art of saying no might be great to help you. The book not only covers a variety of possible scenarios one may encounter in professional or personal life, but also suggests incredible ways to say no when it is really supposed to be no. Here are the top 7 lessons from Damon Zahariades' The Art of Saying No. Lesson 1. Be direct and straightforward. Being direct and straightforward when turning down a request doesn't mean you're being discourteous. In fact, your candidness is more likely to be appreciated by the requester, who will know that trying to persuade your accommodation will be a waste of their time and effort. The individual can then spend that time more wisely looking elsewhere for assistance. Lesson 2. Do not stall for time. Stalling is a bad idea for a variety of reasons. It unnecessarily strings the requester along. It encourages them to hold out hope for your assistance, even though there's little chance you'll be able to deliver. When the requester realizes you're unable to offer assistance, and their time has been wasted, they're likely to become irritated. Stalling makes you look indecisive. When you're unable to respond with a direct no, the requester might become more assertive, believing you can still be persuaded to acquiesce. Stalling for time also reduces your productivity by prolonging the situation. It forces you to spend more unnecessary time declining a request. So when someone asks you for help, and you know you must turn down that request, don't stall. Be clear and direct. Doing so may feel uncomfortable, and may even prompt the requester to respond in anger, but you can't control their response nor the emotions behind it. Lesson 3. Resist the urge to make excuses. Excuses are attempts to deceive the person asking you for help. There are 2 problems with making excuses. First, you're likely to feel guilty for misleading the requester. Worse, even the requester will probably be able to notice your deception. Remember, as noted in Lesson 2, do not stall for time, because none of us are as discreet as we imagine. We also risk earning a reputation for being untrustworthy. Second, it opens the door to negotiations which require effort and consume time. For example, suppose your neighbor asks your help in building his deck this afternoon. You decline his request, explaining that you promised your kids that you'll take them to the movies, to which he responds by saying, "That's fine. Can you help me tomorrow?" Lesson 4. Take ownership of your decision. In most cases, we actually can extend our help. Technically, it's possible for us to do so. We can expend our time. We can give some money. And notwithstanding physical ailments, we can even offer our labor. But when we turn down a request, we choose to say, "I can't." This response allows us to avoid taking ownership of our own decisions. We tend to get into the habit of turning people down without expressing our decisions as a matter of personal choice. And over time, this gives us a false sense that we're not in control. We begin to get convinced that external factors undermine our authority, that our personal decisions are not truly our own to make. When you must turn down an invitation or request, express your decision as a personal choice. Instead of telling the requester that you can't, tell them instead that you don't want to. Lesson 5. Avoid lying about your availability. When someone asks you to do something you'd rather avoid, as an honest person, you'd like to tell them as much. The problem is you fear that honesty is likely to cause them to feel upset, offended, or resentful. So you end up lying. For example, you tell the requester that you're sorry, that you can't take them to the airport because you have a doctor's appointment. But in truth, you really have no plans to visit your doctor. The excuse is just your way to get out of having to accommodate the request. A small, harmless lie. And you tell yourself that it's not as if you're hurting someone, that there are far worse sins than lying about your availability. But instead of lying, you could express these feelings when someone asks you a favor you don't want to get involved with. For example, you tell them that you don't want to drive to the airport because you can't stand freeway traffic. Or say that you'd rather not drive to the airport because the ride to and from will take a few hours. On the surface, these responses may seem impolite, but on the contrary, you're being direct, which shows respect. Lesson 6. Offer an alternative. No one really likes to be left hanging. Whenever you say no, give the requester another option. It will go a long way toward mitigating their disappointment at your unwillingness or inability to lend a hand. Lesson 7. Suggest another person who's better qualified. Sometimes you'll receive requests that can be better handled by other people. Declining these requests will be good for all parties. You'll be able to save time and can focus on your own interests and projects. In conclusion, saying no to people is one of the most important skills one can develop. It frees you to pursue your own interests, both professional and personal. It will improve your relationships, boost your productivity, and fill you with a sense of confident calm that might seem alien to you at this moment. Are you a people pleaser? Let us know in the comments section. Thank you for listening. Please don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on my new content. You can also get a free copy of the audiobook by clicking the link in the description. Until next time.